Hello, welcome to another video on the Alpha Strike We Play channel. Today we're going to be having a look at the units for Goritsi from the new book, Rising Conflicts. So there's a lot of good stuff in here. We just wanted to show you what we have. So joining me here today is our resident expert on all things Goritsi. I put him on the spot now. So.
Yeah, I can say Goritsi correctly. I loves me some werewolves. So yes, Goritsi are my favourite.
Yeah, so Tarron's here, Mr. Wereman. So you've probably seen him on some of the other videos that we've been doing. And I also have a Nasia player here, Cameron, also known as GingaNinja on the forums.
Who cannot say Goritsi properly.
But he's been practicing.
I have been.
He's doing really well. So let's take a look and see what we've got. So what's the first unit, Tarron?
So we're starting off with the Gotha Knights and the Gotha Lord, obviously the leader for them.
All right. So they're werewolves.
Yeah, werewolves. Oh yeah.
So these are exactly what you want.
These are exactly
tell
what.
us why.
Your scores are well, the initial scores of the skirmishers were really lightweight guys and really fast. These are your heavy duty boys. These are your hard hitters, but you're slightly slower ones. Shut your face. So they are like, if I remember correctly, there's like a sect of knights, and then they all split into this whole thing when they went to Teloria.
Okay.
There was all these knights and things around, and these guys have kind of split off, and they're like this big sect of knights, and now they're just coming back into what they call the Knight Legion thing. And they're really cool.
As in, like, save damsels in distress sort of knights, or
as in wearing shite tons of really heavy armor and carrying a big ass sword.
Nice.
Kind of knights.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's so that's how they were when they were human.
Yeah.
You can be human to go into these sets, right?
But
before you turn. Or
I think at some point the Gotha guys have gone down to like almost all werewolves, so they're kind of narrowing their field down a little bit, and these guys are like the expert level things.
Right.
So they start as squires, and then they go up to knights, and then they get to be a Gotha lord sort of thing.
Wow. Okay. So they're really taking on to it.
You have to read all the fluff because it's awesome.
I can see they've got like the full armor. So
yeah. Oh, they're insanely cool.
Does it slow them down?
It does, yeah. So your Gotha Knights, the actual knight is only a 5 move. Now you compare that to the skirmisher, which is a 7. So you've lost 2 inches of move, and he's still only a 1/2 for resistance and health. So
again, a lot of blocks though.
Yeah, but you can only hit him on an 8. That's a lot of armor. Yeah, you've got a lot of armor blocking there.
That's
3 to 7.
A little bit more survival than your cav average.
Yeah. So the average. Your skirmishers are a 7+, and these guys are an 8+.
Wow. Okay, that's good.
So yeah, it's really good.
They
still have the 2
against
back.
Ashmen because they have sundering.
Oh, shut up!
Wow.
I don't love you no more. Alright, so onto these.
Getting distracted.
Onto these. No,
Yeah,
these
on track.
really.
So we
really
have
good.
the Death Cleaver with these guys. They've got just a big ass sword. So it's 2 dice, 0 range obviously, but it gets critical blow 2. If he forfeits his maneuver when making the attack. So they're really the polar opposite of these guys. These guys you want running in and hitting things and then running away again. These guys you want them to just stand there and go whack, because if they forfeit their maneuver, they get critical blow 2 and unstoppable 1.
Ooh.
So the top 2 strikes become criticals, which is a double strike, and the top non-strike becomes a strike. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So line holders, you've got basically now you've got walls that can actually do both. You've got line holders and you've got strikers and objective grabbers and things like that.
That's it. And he's also got his arcing death, so he can hit everyone within 1 inch with a 1 die melee attack.
Whoa. Okay.
Which is kind of cool.
So they're still size 3 like the others. So if you're going up against size 1 troops and leaders, that would actually be quite helpful. You can just attack everything.
But DZC's not bad because aren't most of your skirmishes in that B?
Yeah, pretty much all the skirmishes are B. Pretty much all the walls are B.
So having something in
C that's a bit heavier duty.
Yeah,
it is really good. And they have their special ability, so defensive stance. While this model is engaged with only 1 enemy, it gets defensive expertise, which makes him Yeah, you can force the enemy to reroll one die.
Yeah.
After they've rolled, but before you generate results.
So
Which is really good.
so line holders who get even better when they're fighting one-on-one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they're really good.
Might have a new contester for the Ashman there, mate.
Let's be real.
Encroaching on your
Let's
territory
be
there a bit.
Well, you're adding them in with the Gotha Lord. Now all of these guys are Scorza technically, so you can activate it. It's the same with most of the second book guys. They've all got the same traits as the first book guys, so that you can activate them together, sort of thing. So that's really, really cool.
Cool.
So the Gotha Lord has the same sort of thing. He's got a 2 dice attack, but it's out to 1 inch, and you perform it against all enemies in range. So that is really cool, and he's got critical blow 2 with that at all times. He doesn't have to forfeit his maneuver. They've got the defensive stance, which gives them the defensive expertise if they're engaged with a single model. But his Inspire is really, really cool. So if this model generates an overpower or critical result and kills an enemy, it can remove a damage. So that is cool.
And the whole unit.
That's the
Activated
whole
together has that ability,
and
they're popping
includes
3 unstoppables.
And that includes any Scorza that he activates. So he can activate skirmishers and other alphas as well, and they all get that ability, which is really, really
That's
cool.
useful for you because you get hurt a lot. So that's a good ability to have on the trading side of things. But that makes them really tough.
Yes, it does. It's you have to kill them with a critical, but with all that critical blow stuff going on, it's kind of sort of easy to do, but you know, you have to roll 8+ or something for most models.
That's pretty good.
It's
It's not bad.
taking a glass cannon army, making it a little
And giving
bit
it just
tougher.
a little bit
Just
tougher.
a little bit tougher.
His training isn't bad either, so when targeting damaged enemies, this model's melee attacks gain offensive expertise, which is you can reroll 1 dice.
Oh, that's okay. These guys have absolutely no chance of wounding anything.
Yeah, no chance. So that would really, I mean, that applies to the whole army. That's his training ability. So
Yeah.
that's the whole army gets that.
Your whole army's going to be these when they come out. I wish.
It's going to be knights and skirmishers and the occasional other thing, and it'll just be like, yeah, whatever. But that is really, really good. I've got a couple that have better training abilities. I mean, I still love the alphas, the original alphas training ability. That just gives everything fast. So everything gets a 6-inch sprint instead of a 4-inch sprint.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's good for them, but if you're sort of going to sort of step into these guys and have them in your army, yeah,
I'm gonna
you could
be-
probably do away with that
Yeah.
if you're going to get these other abilities.
And
That's
once
sort of-
we get
it's
to
quite cool.
Gobal, and then you'll see what
Yeah,
I'm actually aiming
yeah.
for, because he's really good.
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. All right, okay,
So they are really, really cool.
I really
Really,
like
really awesome.
and if
I
they
love
make the miniatures like the art,
they're going to be
which
freaking
generally they
insane.
do, that looks so
Yeah.
good, and it's
They
so much
are
easier
cool.
to paint metal. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
You know,
As opposed
fur's
to
good,
fur.
but you know, but I mean, it's like
Because sometimes
Yeah,
you have
it's-
brown fur, sometimes you have grey fur. It's just.
Can't
Oh,
decide.
look, don't. No. That was a personal thing. We're going to pause the video here while I slap him around a little bit, and then we're going to go on to the next one.
So those are really good. I like them. So
I
I
love
give
them.
I give
I
them a
reckon
thumbs
they're
up. I
brilliant.
can't wait to see those on the
I
field.
would love to see
Not against me,
models
against
for
you.
those.
I don't want
Yeah.
to fight them.
Oh, I've got no problems with those guys.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
deal with those guys.
Smack talk.
It's the next bit that hurts.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I'd
let's have a look.
accept smack talk from you if you never had a game. Yeah.
Now I saw well, we both did. We both saw the miniatures. They had them at. We were watching the YouTube channel for
Oh yeah, on the Expo.
the Expo
video.
2017,
Yeah,
and they had
really
like
good.
a previews of what they were doing.
Yeah.
And these next units, they actually had them up there on the slideshow.
And they're very cool looking.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right,
They are
so
very cool looking.
talk us through these ones.
So these are your Damani Mesmers and their Thralls. So they're kind of like,
These are a bit different.
yeah,
The
so
way
they're
they
kind
work.
of like a
There's nothing
gypsy
else like
sort
them.
of thing. So the gift goes over all of Teloria, and there's all these like bad things popping up all over the place in Teloria, and there's spirits and there's nasties and all this sort of stuff. These guys, girls mainly, have kind of made sort of a balance with them, if you see what I mean.
Okay.
And they've gone through and done all this stuff, but they've developed this dance, this Voita.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Voita. But it's like a dance that they use to appease the spirits, but they can also use it to control and damage enemies. It's really, really cool. So you can take over their minds and make them do stuff. So they are a vampire, so they count as a Zeti, which means you can move them with your dance masters and your war dancers.
Cool.
But they only have will attacks. They don't have any physical attacks. Okay, so they only use will attacks. So they've got a 6 mover, 5 willpower, which is a bit odd for something that relies on will so much, but there you go, such is life. And a 1 resistance, 1 wound. So they're very, very brittle. Very brittle. But it's actually reasonably difficult to hurt them, assuming you can keep them out of range. So they are rank 2, only on a normal base, size 2, and another C-zone deployment, which is quite cool.
Okay.
So their will attacks, well, they have something really, really awesome, which is the thralls, but we'll get to that in a second. So their will attacks, they've got the Whispers of Madness. So on a success, they do a 1 die will attack against something within 4 inches. Okay, on a success, they deal 1 damage to that target.
Wow. Just straight damage.
Straight damage. It is not a strike, it's not a roll on the table, it's not anything. It deals, if they get your will or higher, yeah, because it's an attack, so will or higher, then you take a damage.
And that gets around resistance.
That goes against everything. It just comes straight off, which is awesome. And if they kill the target, they can make an additional Whispers of Madness attack against another enemy within 2 inches of the target. So you can only do that once. So you can only trigger it 1 more time, but it's 2 possible kills. So that's pretty good.
They should have no trouble murdering like rank 1 infantry from any of the factions.
Legionnaires,
even Hadros.
Hadros,
Ashmen are still one.
Ashmen are still only ones.
Yeah.
What are the Severidan, the octopus guys? I think they're only ones.
They're rank.
They might have 2 health. I'm not sure.
It's Hadros.
But there is a Hadros one. I think it's a deep man, isn't it?
The deep man.
They've got 1 health, so yeah, you can kill them off. There's always something that's got 1 health. And the other one is the movement forcing thing, which all the vampires seem to have. So they have Alluring Seduction, which is 1 die at 8 inches, and on a success, force the target up to 4 inches towards this model. So, like we were talking about with the Nasir ones, where they've got all the chains and things, and then yanking people out of position. This is our version of that.
Yeah.
So you're trying to pull people out of position so that you can get to the guys behind, or so you can isolate someone and whack them.
But you much more seductively.
Yeah, we do it nice.
Yeah. Who's got time for that though, right?
It's true. Yeah, you just yank them back with a chain, just
And so a whole bunch of troops with essentially ranged attacks. I know they will, but it's ranged attacks.
It's ranged attacks. It's only 4 inches. But the Night Mistress has 2 dice with that. Hers is called Horrific Vision. So she gets 2 dice to 6 inches.
Wow. Okay.
But it's basically the same thing.
Same thing.
And her movement force thing is Come Hither, which is 3 dice at 9 inches. And for each success, she can force the target up to 3 inches towards this model.
Is it identical to the Zeti warrior leader from the first book?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Hers is
Dance
the
Master?
same thing. Yeah, the Dance Master has the same deal. So 3 dice at 9 inches, and you can force them 3 inches for each success.
Which doesn't sound that scary until you realise that this whole unit gets a bunch of free, hard-hitting dudes.
Yeah, we're getting to that.
Front.
Yeah.
We're getting to that. It's the best.
All right.
So they do have another special ability before we get to the throne.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So there's
Do you want to mention that little broken
Resolve,
combo?
which is a 2-inch aura, and enemies in the area suffer -1 will to a minimum of 1. So they can drop your will,
Brilliant.
Wow.
which is really, really cool. So
And
that
your Night
helps.
Mistress can have that as a training, army-wide training.
Yes. So her training is friendly models gain weaken resolve, which is that. So my whole army can generate a 2-inch bubble around every single model that drops your will by 1. And I have no idea if that stacks. I don't think it does.
Well, the weaken resolve itself says to a minimum of 1. So it would not have that rule if you couldn't stack. That's what I love about Cool Mini or Not. Their rules are always very straightforward.
So that would stack.
It would stack.
All right. So if you can get multiple bubbles and have multiple different models with one model in the middle that has those all around it, you can drop it down to a minimum of 1.
Yeah.
Which means 1+s, all your will attacks work.
Yep. Which is...
So my Legionnaires just don't even bother bringing it.
You
I
don't
mean,
even
the healing's
make it up.
great, but not if they're being
It's not
pushed
gonna
everywhere
work,
and
man.
drawn out.
Yeah.
And, nah.
Yeah. It's more the fact that you could effectively pop the Night Mistress with the Whispers of Madness. And on averages, as long as you're happy to put them up within 2 inches, which is not a really scary thing, you can be going pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop. That's bad news.
So that Whispers of Madness will kill something. I mean, if you get them within 2 inches of a big long line of, say, Legionnaires, you can just...
Boom, boom,
and
boom.
they're going to die.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Alright. But they, like you said, they are quite brittle. So
Yeah, they are
have
very
they have
brittle.
another unit that goes with them that's unique to them. What
Yeah,
are
so
they
they all have Thrall Master. And it says, when this model is deployed, also deploy up to 1 Damani Thrall within 2 inches.
For everyone.
So for everyone, they're ranked 2. The Whispers are ranked 2, so you're not going to have a lot of them. But every single one, plus the Night Mistress that you put on the board, you get a Thrall as well. And the Thrall is a separate unit. Okay, and he has Insignificant, which is the important bit, and Mindless, which is the other important bit. So it means that he never counts towards army morale total. So if you lose him, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's good.
And
that's really good.
they never... No, that wasn't the one. Where is it?
That is actually a pretty good ability, though.
Yeah, so they don't count towards your ranks when you're trying to build your army. So you don't have to include them in your army list.
Yeah.
They come for free.
Yeah.
You can't take extras of them either,
no.
isn't it? It's one
No.
per...
One per.
Yeah, one per.
right,
Yeah, one per mesmer.
The Night Mistress
Mindless
itself
was a
is only
different
ranked
thing.
1.
Yeah.
So you could,
Yeah.
So you could have a decent
Yeah.
set of these guys and then 2 Night Mistresses instead of a Dancing Master and a couple of War Dancers and...
welcome to Cam's New Vampire Army.
Yeah. That's his new faction. Yeah, he has to learn to say it properly before I'll let him buy it.
Werewolves, they smell funny. Get some
I
vampires.
do like the idea of the vampires.
Yeah,
I think
so good, so good. And they have some of the best intricate models so far that I've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm starting
These
to
are the-
paint some up, but
Yeah.
they're just so small.
Where's the fur? He said.
Where's
I
the
want more
fur? I want the fur. God, why all this cloth and skin? Why skin?
Mind you, look at that dude, like, seriously. He's going to be chunky. He's
Yeah,
going to be alright.
and he looks basically like that. The model looks pretty much
the
the same as
miniatures
that.
are
It's
really
really
nice.
cool. But yeah, he's a separate unit. It's still on a 30mm base. He's got a 6 move, 3 will, which is crap, but you know, such is life. 1 will, 1 resistance, and 2 wounds. You hit him on a 6+. He's got bodyguard, so when another model with the same trait is within 2 inches and is hit, this model may suffer that hit instead, and cannot trigger from hits moved via bodyguard. So you can't have a bodyguard someone with bodyguard. if you see
Yeah,
what I mean.
true. Yeah.
Alright, but
that makes
that
them far
means
less brittle.
yes, that
Straight
makes them
off the
far. They basically it's ablative armor for your Zeti
Yeah.
because he is Zeti, which means he can guard all of your vampires, which is really cool. Insignificant we did. Mindless means he can never benefit from inspire or training abilities and does not count towards interact with objectives or motivations.
Okay.
So you can't interact with things and you can't use him to complete motivations or objectives. But you
He's
know,
free.
he's
He's-
free.
And the bodyguard's handy. Yeah.
Bodyguard's handy, and the one I really, really love, he's got a 2 dice attack. No funky stuff or anything like that, just 2 dice straight up. But he has push beyond limits, so at the end of this model's activation, you may choose to have it immediately activate again. If this is done, kill this model at the end of that activation. So you come into a big line of, say, Pelagarth or Ashmen, and you chuck your thralls in,
He's picking on you.
boom, and you whack a few and you've killed that front line almost. You go, you know what, I feel like doing that again. So you activate them all again and you just push forward and whack again. And maybe you can get to the leaders and things. So
Or you be a real jerk and you move up your Zeti,
Yep.
and then you drag them all forward
yep, and then you
onto your
activate these guys
bodyguards,
second.
who then get to go whack, and then whack again from whatever's left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all sorts of possibilities open up when you think about it. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, the war dancers have their leap, so you could put them in behind these and leap forward, and they're moving these guys forward.
Or
It's
you
just
could
really
use
cool.
them to weaken. So you could run the thralls up, smack a few wounds off everything, and these guys just casually cruise by and go pop, pop, pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even against stuff like the Hadros, the Severidans with the 2 wounds, because I'm pretty sure they do have 2 wounds. You can use the Mesmans to knock one off, or you can use these guys to kill a couple and knock wounds off the others. You can use these guys on a big thing like a dragon.
Ah, no.
Rolling.
Not dragon.
If you've got,
But
say,
true, yeah.
half a dozen of these guys, that's 12 dice. You're going to hit something. And you do it twice against the dragon, you're going to hit something a few times. And then if you can get all of these guys close and do like a dozen will attacks, half a dozen will attack.
If you definitely want to guarantee that something you want it dead for whatever reason, they are good for that. I mean,
They are really, really
with those extra attacks. I mean, they're going to die, but that's so good. And they're free.
They are free, and you don't have to worry about losing them, because if you lose them, it doesn't matter. They don't count towards your morale. They don't count towards anything. They're just they're free. They come on. They do their thing. They die. They go away. That's it. It doesn't impact anything.
So Army Standard game, 24 plus a bonus 12, that's 36 to up to 18. That's little dudes.
+1 for each night mistress. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. Really cool. Can't wait for the models as well, because they do look awesome.
Yeah, they do look really good. If you guys ever, we'll try and put some pictures up if we can, but if you can try and track them down, they are really, really nice. So
very cool.
From the date of this filming, it shouldn't be too long before they sort of get released for ordering anyway. So
yeah,
because they're done, they're painted, they're all good. So yeah, no, I like those too.
I love them.
Anyone who plays vampires, well, I mean, you know,
I'm
whatever,
actually
but I think
thinking of starting with some major vampire action now.
Yeah.
I'm betraying my werewolf brothers, but they're cool, so I don't care.
You might do better.
I might.
maybe. You might suffer badly at their hands.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
like
looking
will
at I'm
attacks
looking
so
at
much.
disabilities.
Will
Alright.
attacks are bad.
All right.
These ones I
So
love
what's next?
too.
So what do we got?
These are really,
White
really cool.
Mane Duelist. So
Yes.
did you? I read a little bit.
I
about
read
it.
the
It was
whole
actually
thing.
kinda
It was a
cool.
while ago, but if I remember correctly, it was started by one, presumably this,
Yeah,
the chick in
we'll
the
say
picture.
this person in the picture.
Why
yeah.
not? But she went. She was trying to get training in something, and she was going to all these different guilds and all these different places trying to train. But the werewolf nature was kind of hampering her, and then she ended up with, what is it, the Roaring Dragons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of all places, she ended up going
She ended to
to
Shale
Shale
Harn.
Harn. Yeah, ended up getting into a scrap with some dude that can breathe fire and things like that. But
that's your entry exam or something.
yeah,
You
you
have to take a
beat
guy
somebody.
on. It's
And
like,
he was so it's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind those as some troops later on. Cool mini or not? Thank you very much.
Yeah, get the
The
Roaring
soundtrack
Dragons
in there,
out.
they would
Even
be
I'd
cool.
like to see those.
But yeah, apparently, got her rage under control, and she did end up going back, didn't she? And she
And she started a whole
Started her own sept
like
or
a
something?
combat sept thing or something, and
Yeah.
it's all based around the tenets there. So they've got the code. They're commit no murder, speak no lie, eat no thinking flesh, and temper fury with thought. There's a bit of an argument about which one was which and all this other stuff in there, but read the fluff. It's really, really cool.
yeah, it's actually quite interesting.
But
That's
yeah,
very
so she started
philosophical.
up a.
It is.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
She got it under control.
She started the whole thing up, and now they kind of they kind of hire themselves out, but only to places that to battles and things that they think would be acceptable to those tenants. You
Okay.
see what I mean?
So honourable.
Yeah, it has to
sort
be
of?
an honourable fight and all this sort of stuff. If they can't follow those codes, they won't turn up. They'll just go, no, you're not doing it right. We're not coming.
They're a specialist, though. Aren't
They
they?
are
So
a
these
rank
aren't
one
true.
specialist. They're not a unique one, so you can take a couple, well, as many as you want, I suppose, once they come out. And going by the artwork, the model's going to be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
The model is going to be brilliant. Very similar to that Norse Guard one, the Silver Fury.
Yeah.
Very cool. So she is a rank 1 on a 40mm base, like all the scores are. Size 3 and deployment zone is C. She's got a 7 move, 5 will, 1 resistance, and 3 wounds, and you hit her on a 7+. But she's got lots of dodges and parries and things in there, so
Okay.
pretty cool. 2-die attack, basic standard, but it gains 1 die when targeting enemy leaders or characters. So she really is a character. You'll see more of it in there, but she's really a solo character killer, which is kind of awesome.
Okay. So individual models.
She goes against
wants-
individual models.
she's
She
really good
wants
against them. Okay.
singles. Yeah. So she's got a duelist, which reinforces that. So when this model is engaged with only one enemy, and no other friendly model is engaging the same enemy, it gets offensive mastery, which is it's offensive mastery 1, so you add 1 die to the roll, and then when you've rolled, before you generate your results, you're allowed to take 1 die out. So basically you add an extra die and then you take the lowest.
I think that's what you're in the Seer guys have.
Yeah.
That offensive
And
mastery
sometimes
is really,
it's not
really
just
cool.
about taking the lowest, it's taking about the one that may
The-
generate
the-
something bad.
Take the one
Yeah,
that
true.
makes something bad happen, yeah.
Yep.
So
Statistically,
that is
it
really
adds
cool.
a really good amount of hits
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very good
it's
skill.
pretty powerful, but you have to be engaged alone. Even people, I'm pretty sure it says that in there.
I can't assist.
Yes, you can't assist it.
No, it's just
It
me.
actually
Okay.
says it in there. You have to be one-on-one with somebody to get that, but she's kind of geared towards that anyway, so
4 dice against a character.
pretty good.
Everyone. Yes, I.
that's pretty good. She has a sidestep, so if you get a dodge, which is like 4 out of her 10,
Wow.
and you
Okay.
don't kill her, then she gets to do a sprint for free. And she's got Skirmisher and Stalker, which lets her do the standard werewolf things, which is move through her own models and disengage and re-engage for free. So that is really, really cool. I like her.
Yeah, I
reckon
like
she's
it
great.
too. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
Um,
I'm thinking she's got position 1 and 2 is parry. So if you've got some magic,
yeah, magic
could be a
would
weak,
be the way
bit of
to
a weakness
hit
for her.
her.
So that adds 2 more locations where you can do strikes.
Yeah.
Well, it's damage strikes.
She is actually pretty brittle. I mean, 7+ for something that's going to be going against leaders and characters by itself is not awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen some of his leaders and characters. They're insane.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, I'm going to hit you back.
yeah. If she can hit in first, and with Skirmisher and Stalker it helped, if she can hit first and hit hard, then you've got a chance.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
As long as you don't roll Tarron's dice.
Yeah, oh, don't be me. Don't be me.
You'll be
Be
fine.
you. Roll dice properly. I'm setting up a spreadsheet. I'm going to prove this to people.
Do what he says, but just don't be him.
Yeah. Don't be me doing
Just-
it.
I like
So
it.
the
Yeah,
Goritsi are
yeah,
really
cool.
good if you can roll dice properly. I don't care. Wolves.
Oh, okay. All right. So I know you've been waiting to talk
Yeah,
about
I-
these guys. So
These
So-
guys, the minis right now, these are due soon, aren't they?
yeah. So this filming, we should have them in stock about a week, something like that. So,
Awesome.
Yeah. Shouldn't take too long for you.
Shouldn't take too long. So these guys are the Moonclave Executioners. And they're freaking awesome. You look in the back, they've got a picture of the model back there, and it's just like insanely cool. It's a werewolf with a chain and a hook
Big
and
big
a
cleavers and
great
stuff.
big
Oh.
cleaver. It's really, really cool. Yeah, these
Yeah,
guys.
Beautiful.
And the paint jobs are gorgeous.
Yeah.
But they're just really cool models.
I don't think they found a big enough cleaver, to be honest.
No, it's kind of titchy.
Oh, it's custom made.
So you look at the model, it's like half the size of the model. It's insane, man. So he's not the fastest. He's only a 6, but that's pretty good. 6 will, 1 resistance and 3 wounds, and you're only hitting him on a 7+. He's got pretty standard stats there. But he's got his Executioner's Calling. So 2 dice up to 2 inches away. Critical and gains critical blow +2 when targeting a damaged enemy. So that means +2, which is critical blow 3. So your top 3 strikes become criticals.
At a 2-inch range, though, that's the thing.
That's
Add
why
it
we
to
get
each
such a
got
big
that
cleaver.
reach. Custom made.
Custom
like I
made.
said, custom
On
made.
reach.
Custom made. It's,
So 6
that
with a
is
2-inch.
solid stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
I mean, just going by his chart there, all of his strikes would become criticals if somebody else hit him with that attack. It's really, really good.
Taking big
4 and
stuff
10,
down.
40%, that's alright.
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty. I see he's got a toggle there.
Yes, his Death Grasp is a 6-inch aura, and damaged enemies that begin their activation in the area suffer -3 to movement and -1 die to all attacks, both to a minimum of 0.
Ooh,
So
you ain't going
can
nowhere.
cut their movement off, and you can cut their attack ability off, which is really cool. And his gruesome display. So with critical blow 3, if he's attacking a damaged model, if this model generates a critical result and kills an enemy, it may heal 1 damage and immediately toggle Death Grasp on for free.
Oh,
So it's really...
So a standard toggle is an action.
yeah.
You have to spend your action to do it, and then it
So
goes
it's either
away
attack
at the
or
end.
Toggle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's attack or toggle, and then it goes away at the beginning of your next activation. So being able to toggle anything on for free is always a bonus. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, like your that big great wing or whatever the hell he was. It's got that one free one. That
Yeah.
character.
Called Callum.
Yeah.
Yes, called Callum. He's got that one free one. Anything you can turn on off for free is good.
Yeah.
But that is particularly awesome. And again, it looks like it stacks. So if you've got 2 in a box.
There is 2 in a box, 2 different sculpts, which is really nice.
Awesome. So if you've got 2, and I will, you'll have those 2 6-inch auras stacking. So you can cut their dice down by 2 and their movement down by 6 if they're wounded. And if you kill something in that range, you can do it for free. So they're really good. Really, really good.
I'm going to be making some toggle markers, perhaps.
I think
Big
so.
Nazir
Or
head
just-
on a stake. This guy has toggled on.
On an unrelated note, can I borrow some of your models? Just to have a look at.
Got any spare heads?
Dear.
He looks
They
like
are
he should work in
really
a Mexican kitchen. This guy's.
I know, right? Look at
It's just bad news. Look at that skulls.
those are
man.
particularly nasty. Eh?
Yeah.
They really
They are.
are.
And I like that you can almost tell based on like his armor patterning. They've gone, all right. You can have knights and duelists, slow-moving lines with lots of protection and lots of hard hitting, or you can run your fast speed with some executioners down the side and just.
Well, that's got a movement of 5 isn't really an issue when you've got these guys in support, reducing everybody's movement by at least 3 and more if you've got multiples on them.
And that's this.
Oh.
You can leave one with the Gotham Knights to kind of be a blocking force and like hold objectives and hold lines and all that sort of stuff. And you can have another one of these guys with your scores of skirmishers going up the side and trying to capture objectives and break rear lines of the enemy. And it's just really, really cool. I love them. They're
Yeah,
great.
if you use those with your others, if you have them behind the lines, anyone who moves up to engage, they're not going to be able to get away.
No.
If they just toggle that death grasp on.
And you've got
You
your
have to grind through. And Gotham Knights are a lot tougher.
and you
handle
chuck
it.
your mesmers and things in there as well, and there's all sorts of stuff you can do with them. It's really, really cool.
Look at that, another game change unit.
Yay!
Yeah, they are awesome. They are
It's
worth it,
very,
though.
very
It is
beautiful
worth
models.
it.
They really
It's
are. I
worth
can't
it,
wait to
yeah.
see them.
I
Yeah.
love the models. I would get them just for the models because
Yeah,
they're awesome.
they have a lot of character. They're really cool. All right, so now these were actually released before the book was released.
Yeah, we did an unboxing of these ones. It's
Yeah.
down there somewhere. Have a look.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
The Ravener Alpha, but yeah, it's actually good sort of reading all about the story,
Yeah,
how
this
they came
one
about.
I
them,
remember
so-
this one. So
Yeah.
they're trying to, they're experimenting with giving these entities a host that's alive because they've got the blood engine.
Yeah.
And the blood engine is all like bits. It's like a Frankenstein thing. It's all bits stuck together, and they have to have blood for it, and they have to have new bits for it, and they have to have all this. But if they can get a live one, something that's living that will take one of these entities and give it all the extra power, then it'd be awesome. And they keep experimenting, and things die, and they keep experimenting, and things die. And they finally got to, there's a direwolf alpha. So they take an alpha direwolf, and they strap this pack on its back. It's like a jetpack thing, but it's also giving it like low doses of a mild opiate to keep it drugged. So it's not fighting off the entity so well, but it's still lucid enough that they can meld and it can give it all this strength and stuff. And then they gave it wings, and it's like, I'm gonna have this. It's a direwolf.
How come his
With a
awesome
jetpack
big
and
nasty
wings.
stuff doesn't have specialist character? Why can he have multiples?
Because I'm awesome and you're not.
Yeah.
I feel like they feel like he needs it.
Yeah.
And Cool Mini or Not was watching a few of his gameplay videos and were like,
You know what?
we
Let's help
feel
that one
sorry
guy
for
out.
these guys.
Let's release all this cool stuff to help this one guy. Well, they knew he was going to buy it all, so it didn't really matter. He'd probably buy like, I don't know, 100 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to have a dozen of the friggin' things. They're awesome. They are awesome.
And they do grow direwolves pretty big in Deloria. It comes on an 80mm base.
On an 80mm base, and he takes up quite a lot of it.
10 movement.
Yes,
Yeah.
10 base
He
movement.
flies.
His base
and is
movement,
fast.
and he's got fast as a base ability. You don't need
And
to add
his
anything.
deployment zone C.
So that's a 16-inch move if he wants to, and it's flying, so he can go straight over the top of everything.
From deployment zone.
From
C. Thank
deployment
you, Gav, for pointing that out.
I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're out, man. That's
Yeah.
So as of this
School man.
filming
School.
here, I've been fortunate to only play one game against them. And I've only played against one of them, and the one of them gave me the willies. So, Tarron plans to get more.
Yeah.
and
I still haven't
submit-
figured out how to use them properly because I'm that crap, but they are awesome. If you're doing Goritsi, these are
Hell, even if you're doing Gortaski, man, I'd be throwing a few of these guys in as well. Just
Do we still have that song? Breaking for murder.
All right,
they
that is
are
ridiculous.
really cool.
The 10 movement with fly,
ridiculous.
that is super
Oh.
fast. So what's that? Will
He's only got a will 5, yeah.
That's
and he's
alright.
1/5.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
for wounds
we're
and
all the will
resistance.
attack people here.
Yeah.
We've got the vampire. Oh wait, that's
Oh, no,
you.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
And so
Sorry.
your foxes can do some serious damage against this guy. So I would be.
Yeah, how many of those are
having
you packing
to
these
defend
days?
We've got 2 at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't.
We'll get to them. eventually.
I need more of everything. That's so good.
So you can hit him on a 6+, which is kind of it really is epitome of glass cannon.
But you don't want to hit him because I read the stat thing.
Yeah.
All his benefit.
So
You don't want
he's
to
got-
hit them.
he starts with Ravage, which is a 4 dice base to base contact attack. No funky stuff, no weirdness, just 4 dice. You roll your 4 dice, that's it. Boom. So he has
Yeah.
Snatch Prey, which I love.
Yeah.
I love this one. So may only be performed after this model completes its maneuver. So you do your 10-inch flying move, and you target one enemy this model moved over with a size 3 or less, and perform a 2 dice melee attack against that enemy. If that attack generates 1 or more hits, place that enemy anywhere in contact with this model.
Yep.
So you fly your 10 inches over the line, you pick that guy, and you go 2 dice. I got a hit. He comes over here.
Yep. And who was that one guy in our game?
That was the wait. What did
It
I
was,
use
it
against?
was the Winterhawk.
That's right.
He
Yes,
called the
Winter
Winterhawk, out of position, out of range, couldn't command any troops, and he placed this Ravener in between my troops and him because
Yeah,
now Ravener-
because-
so I couldn't get back there. And he just
It was
started-
cool. It was very, very cool. It works quite well. The only trouble is you have to roll dice to make it work.
Yeah.
So I was
But it
very
did.
lucky against that one. The really cool thing is he's got Berserker Rage. So for each damage on this model, its attacks gain +1 die to
Yeah.
a max of +3. Now he's got 5 wounds. So even if he gets all the way down to 2 wounds, he's got +3 die, which gives him 7
That's
die.
seven
Seven
dice.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does
Yes, sir.
Berserk Rage work with Snatch Prey?
No.
Why?
Oh yes, it does. Yes it does. Yeah, I think it does because it counts as a melee attack. Yeah, it says melee attack.
Sorry.
So its attacks,
Yes, it does.
it
Because
counts
it's-
as a melee attack. So I think it does
Yeah,
count.
because
We'll have a think about that, but I think
attack,
it's
it will
special.
shut it down.
Yeah, it is.
But it still says attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can get up to
Oh.
5 die on his
Nice.
snatch.
bro. Sauce.
5 dice, that should be enough.
Wait, surely that's enough. Why are you saying sorry to him? I'm not using them against him anymore. They're for you.
I mean,
He's automatically fast and he's automatically flying, and he's just cool.
Nothing. You just shoot it with an arrow.
You will have seen
Yeah,
the
yeah.
model in the unboxing. If you haven't, it's down there.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a thing. I'm painting some of them, and he's going to be hopefully soon.
yeah.
Is he going to be brown?
No, he's going to be a grey.
Yeah.
Not what?
Not
Actually,
white.
I actually
Not
quite
You
like
wanna
the-
try-
I love the white,
the
but I've
snow
never
white,
got
yeah.
the hang of painting white. I really can't do it.
Do you want
very
House
well,
Nazi to
so-
give you some tips? I can hook you up. I have a really good thing that would
Well,
sort you
I
out.
would give you one of my models to paint, but I did that a while ago and I still haven't.
Am I still not giving that back? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Don't ask me to start commission paint stuff. 'Cause it just
That's a
doesn't
good
work.
way to keep a nasty model out of his army.
Yeah, let's go. I'll paint it for you, buddy.
He just thinks I'm forgetful. That's in the back of
no,
a
you never
box
use
at the
it.
bottom of my
No.
shed underneath 6 layers of concrete.
The never get back to Tarron box.
But
But
they
it-
are beautiful,
really
beautiful
awesome.
unit, beautiful model. It's I
And I am
really
gonna get
like it.
another one. I want to get at
really
least one more in there. Rank 2, so up to 4,
Gee,
5
that's
of them. I think you
sad.
can have. Yeah.
Second turn game win. That's sad for you.
They can interact. They can do all of the objective capturing stuff. So you are
I need
set.
4 activations to go pop, 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 pop. You have no leaders in your force anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you have escort civilians as one of your?
No.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
they didn't put that in there because there's a lot of fast. Well, I assume that's why they did that. There's a lot of fast moving units in this one, and I think Cormina or somebody did a video at some point, and they did it where you could take any motivation you wanted, and the guy had Technus, the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brood or whatever they call it.
Yeah, whatever they were, and they're really, really fast, and they gave them escort civilians, or one of those ones where you have to get something from there to there really, really quickly, and
Yeah.
it showed how unbalanced it can get
Yeah,
if you don't take the motivations that they do. I mean, it was interesting and it was really, really cool, worth a shot if you're doing casual gaming, but it was just way overbalanced. He was getting there really, really quickly.
I think the civilians had survived the trip over anyway.
He'd be picking them up in your mouth, going, "There, you're
Yeah.
free."
That's cool. I like
Why
that.
aren't you
I like
moving?
that. I want to see more of them. I think
No,
they are very, very.
no,
good.
They're
it's
very,
fine.
very cool.
It's very, very more against you. Not
I think realistically, what you could do is you could say there's a limit of 1 per player.
You just do what I do and say you can't have it.
I think you should all buy 4. But then
I'm
one per
definitely
player
going to
at a
get
time.
one more.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get one more.
Two would be nice.
I just want to try painting the one that I've got now and see how he turns out and get him in some games.
All right, I
They're
love
really
that.
cool.
That's cool. All right.
Love
So, okay.
Do
Now
we-
you mentioned this guy
So we
earlier in
really
the
need
video.
another one?
Yes.
We're going to talk
Do
about.
we have to have
So, yeah.
Again, this guy was in an unboxing. Gobal the Rampager. Have a look down there somewhere.
Yeah.
It should show up.
His story is interesting too. Actually.
Yeah,
All the
he was a
stories.
criminal. He was a thief in Teloria, and they captured him. And he went to the dungeons, and then they took there's the jail or whatever, and then right next door to that they've got a dungeon / slaughterhouse where if you're really, really good, they'll experiment on you. If you're really not good, they just chop you up and feed you the wolves.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is really cool. So it kind of cuts crime down.
How did a civilization like this set up with knights? That's all I'm asking. I'm just throwing
Because they
that out there.
started as people. But they experimented on this guy trying to get the gift to come in, force the gift on him.
Yeah.
And they did a blood engine setup where they're pumping all this crap into him and making him mutate and all this stuff. And he's living in constant pain. And things are growing and dying and he's changing shape every morning, doesn't know what he's going to wake up as. And then he gets the gift.
The
And he
actual
goes-
gift that everybody has the option
and he goes,
for.
yes, please, and
This is
becomes
it.
a wolf, and it's just boom. And he is still, I think he's still mutating and stuff
Yeah.
after all.
But he went berserk in the laboratory and just killed everybody.
Killed
and
everybody
just-
that was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It was brilliant. But he's really, really cool as a idea. Just you have to read the fluff.
Yeah, the fluff's cool.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But he starts off awesome. So he's a 7 move, 6 will, 1 resistance, which pretty much everybody in my army has, and 5 wounds.
So he's got a lot of
he's
wounds.
doing all
but
right.
he's just-
Yeah.
yeah.
You're hitting him on a 7+.
Okay.
So usual. He starts with unstoppable. He's got his Terror Asunder, so it's 3 dice, unstoppable 1. So that's pretty good. It's not awful. It's not brilliant, but it's pretty good. He's got Life Siphon, which is kind of cool. So when this model is selected to be part of a combined activation, any other activating model may suffer 1 damage. Remove 1 damage from this model for each damage suffered. So he can heal himself by sucking life from the guys that he's activating. He's a leader, by the way. He's a rank 2 leader.
So he's so Scorza. He leads Scorza. Now Scorza are 2 life, aren't they? 2 wounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Bear in mind, we just went through the Goth knights which can heal themselves.
Oh yeah, I didn't think
So
about
that
that.
adding him to them would be the goal of my army at some point.
Yeah.
He does have Skirmisher and Stalker, which is really, really cool. They're basic stuff. His Inspire, if this model has 1 or more damage, its attacks gain Unstoppable +1. So he can damage the guys that are around him to heal himself, and then the ones that are damaged gain Unstoppable, which is the one where you change the non-strike to a strike.
Strike, yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
They get more angry, more
So they
aggressive.
would be unstoppable 4-ish?
Yeah, because they gain Unstoppable.
So...
No, they gain Unstoppable 2.
2,
Yeah, Unstoppable 2.
3, so what are we talking, 5s? Against just about everything in the game? 4s and something?
All from major characters, you're
With
looking
double
about
crits up the top end.
Yeah.
Or triple crits if you're wounded. Or if they don't...
Casual. And then they heal themselves when they're popping those triple crits and...
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Because he's only going to use them against you, so I'm alright with it.
It's okay because it's me that's going to be using it.
Yes.
Oh, dude, even you can hit on a 4+.
Even I can... I say that. Do you remember me attacking him?
Let's
13 dice. I only needed 7+. Nothing.
Nothing.
be honest.
Yeah.
The training is the one that I really, really like.
I struggled with that, hey.
That was
terrible
doing...
for me.
I think that's the most damage I've done to you in an entire game, and it was all thanks to that ability.
Don't you mean it's the
really
most
cool.
damage I've done to me?
So when this model is attacked and a magic backlash result is generated, it may make a will check 1. On a success, 1 attacker suffers 1 damage.
Yeah.
And almost all of my guys have 1 and 2 as backlash. Some of them have 3s. Some of the funky specialists don't have it at all, but most of them have at least a couple. So you roll those, even with a melee attack. If it's generated, I get to make a will check. I pass, I can damage you. And it's not a strike, it's not a hit, it's not a roll, it's damage.
You take damage, yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it did a lot of damage to my guys. I mean, it's still dice rolls, so they'll go either way. But it was,
Yeah.
for some free kills and things like that, yeah.
There was a lot of free kills floating around there on your turn.
Yeah.
It's like, I've hit you. Oh, yeah, but you rolled a 1 and a 2. Ah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Nasty. That's like your shield. Because the shield of Tarron generates that sort of thing as his inside or
That's
something, doesn't it?
his enlightenment.
Yeah.
Access to his enlightenment.
Is that against melee attacks, though?
Yep.
Yeah.
When this model is attacked.
Yeah, is attacked, so anything.
So it's against everything, which is really, really cool.
So even I was lucky because my guys was like I had the Legionnaires, they were touching, so they had the healing vapors, but I still lost a lot of them.
Yeah. And
I had the
was,
rolls, but I failed them.
so I was hitting and then you were hitting back or something like that, but that wasn't being allowed to be healed because it's damage. It's not a strike. So the healing vapors were saving him a lot when I was hitting him, but they didn't do anything against this, and that was where I was making all my kills. It was really good.
And I love the model. Like the model
he's awesome.
Yeah, they've copied it from the art. It's really good.
Full on.
Really, really nice.
And again, down there, have a look.
Big 80 mil base. He's big.
He's big.
He is a big model.
And
Got a cool name too, Gerbil.
Gerbil.
The Rampage.
Hey, you don't want to see a gerbil rampage.
Gets up your pants and then
There's some not pretty crap going when the gerbils rampage, alright? They will take over the world.
Alright, so now I think
The only thing in the entire book was worth reading, this guy.
so Packmaster Kozakar. Now
Yes.
he's actually in the story at the start of the book too as well. I kind of like him. So
He's actually kind of telling this. He's like a D&D ranger type guy, but with werewolfy things. He's all, cool and everything. I like him.
now
He's
his
really, really good.
miniature comes with
Gobal.
Okay,
It's
so that's a
two-pack.
special.
Yeah, if you have a look at the unboxing, it's in there. But yeah, they come together and that's really, really good.
Yeah, he's
That's
on
a
an
grade
animal
2
base
leader
too.
and
He's a big model as well.
Yeah,
So.
but he is a character, so you can only have him once.
Yeah, but he's got some cool stuff as well. He sort of works with the Scorder and stuff.
So he's got his 7 move, 6 will, 1 resistance, 3 wounds. You're hitting him on a 6+, so he's a little brutal. But my guys, it happens. The whole thing.
Yeah.
6+, 7+, it's basically it. So he's got 3 dice with unrelenting 3. Now this will only work against certain people, but your top 3 dodges become strikes.
Yeah.
So the little arrow thing
Yeah.
on your card becomes a strike.
yeah,
And
that
the
does
top three of them-
that does affect a lot of my troops.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Yours are mostly blocks and things. Aren't they?
No, like parry.
And parries.
We
yeah.
have skill.
Yes, that's right.
We don't just
is
dive
fast.
like
So,
little girls.
That's kind of a specialist. And then he's got his Pathfinder, which is kind of cool. So make a will check 3. For each success, one friendly model within 9 inches may immediately perform a free sprint action directly
that's the
towards
bit I didn't
Kozak.
like.
Yeah.
That's the bit I
and
didn't
his will
like.
6 either, right?
So he's will 6. So you're making a 3 dice roll, and every 6 or less for a check
Yeah.
is one model within 9 inches that can make a sprint.
Now tell him where he's deployed.
He is a special deployment. So he's similar to one of the Shadow Chick and my Dragon Slayer. So he has an infiltrate. So he deploys after everybody else is deployed, anywhere from the edge of No Man's Land, so out on the far edge of No Man's Land, back to your baseline. He can deploy anywhere he wants.
Wow. So you've got 2 characters now that can
With
deploy in that.
infiltrate, yes. Yeah, it's really, really good.
That's cool.
So if you had him and 3 of these,
Yes.
so
So
he activated first.
there
They're
He
not
drags
Scorza
them
though.
forward.
No, they're not Scorza. They
are
don't-
one friendly model.
It-
Oh
Just
my
a friendly
god!
model.
Oh my god! Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So they go from deployment Z to no man's land in front of your army, and they've got 16-inch, 10-inch fly. Anyway,
You can give them a 6
cool
inch
game.
move.
People play it.
Straight up. Yeah. We're never seeing him in the battle sword again, are we? See, I tried it. I have actually tried using this guy in a game or two. But I don't think I did it properly, but now I'm kind of wrapping my head around it, and I do like the model. It's really, really cool.
Well, it is. Yeah,
That is
you are
pretty
sort of learning
powerful.
some new tactics with all these new units. So that's
So he does have the infiltrate, and he's got skirmisher and stalker, so he can do your usual scores and stuff. But that is really, it could be really powerful. Like you say, if you use it with the specialists and with single models, I think you could make that really, really work. It would be really cool.
You just can't deploy far enough back to deal with that, basically. If here's your first activation, you just can't be hidden far enough back.
yeah.
Which means you come in 3 of these things through your lines, rip your leaders out. Yeah. Yeah, which is...
Technically,
Yeah.
you don't have to deploy in the zone that you're listed as. You can deploy anywhere from that zone back.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were desperate, you could put all your guys in the A zone and just go, meh. But
I'm not a
But you
pansy.
can see
You're not
because
a
you're deploying after everybody else. You could.
you'd
find
see
the
that. And they
optimum
wouldn't be
position.
able to say, I know he's going to do this, so I should do that. But
Yeah.
it's really, really powerful. And with the way they've modified some of the motivations, the what's the one that I love, that intel one, where you have to capture an objective, and they've actually got it now, so it's set up on the dividing line between No Man's Land
Yeah.
and D,
Yeah.
and that is really cool because these infiltrate models can set up, they can deploy right on it, they can deploy attached to it.
Yeah. That's
And you
right.
just go, they're activated, boom, interact action, I think it is that you have to do,
interact.
and then a move,
and just move
and
away.
you're done. Instantly. First round, two morale are gone, and I'm out of there. That's
Sneaky
really
stuff by Goritsi. That's not like them at all.
cool. No.
Not at all.
Well, sneaky stuff by Goritsi, you can play it properly.
Yeah, true.
Get into it, guys. Yeah. Enjoy.
Oh.
No, it's good. It's actually one of the things I like about their thing is it really fleshes out a lot of their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Having a block hold unit, having a couple of specialists with high movement bonuses, having duelists, it actually takes your book 1 and gives you more of a force now. It was almost like when you played book 1, it was either vampires or fast hit and run scores. And as we saw with a few of your battle reports, if you can't hit, you can't then run. So it shuts down his army. Now he's got tactical flexibility, which is not just him, all Gortaski players. I mean Goritsi players, of course.
You do
And
so well up to that.
that bonus.
I
But that-
But
is
that's
true, yeah.
really good. And you got quite a few of the early releases, which is excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent to see because that was a good flash through.
Yeah, before the book sort of came out. It was
Yeah.
like, but you had a chance to play with them. So it's actually good.
So it's given the glass cannon thing just a little bit of a dull down. So you're not quite as easy to kill off there. There's some really
Both
good
those
stuff.
molds are really good for the
For the executions,
Yeah,
they're
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful
Absolutely
models.
We
Talk
could
about
ask the Kini really nice. You can put some pictures up. And the Packmaster and Gabal, the paint jobs on there are brilliant.
Yeah.
But the
the
models are
studio
really
artists that did the work for them. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
cool. Just
Really
awesome.
Really good.
So
But well thought out book, and again, like with the other forces, there was some pretty nasty stuff going on there. But again, with these guys, their biggest downfall is simply hit them first.
yeah,
That's
if you
your
can
big
hit them
thing,
first,
you've got to
yeah.
hit them. I mean, unfortunately, you've got units now. I think get better when they're damaged. But yeah, if you can get up and slap him before he slaps you, you'll do okay.
Yeah, and with your high, most of them have a high movement,
Yeah,
so you
Yep.
should still be able to do that quite well.
yeah.
And again, a lot of the stuff in here, you look at it singly and it sounds really, really cool and it looks really, really awesome. But if you look at it as across all the factions, there's lots of things that are countering things, and this one does really well against this, but not so well against that and that sort of stuff. It's really, really cool.
Yeah,
But
Well,
I love all my new stuff.
might be worth looking at some of the book one stuff as well, and just sort of see how well they work with the new stuff from
Oh,
book
good.
two.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Oh, there's
there's
some
bound to be some other combinations. that we
Good
haven't thought of
stuff.
yet.
I mean, the alphas inspire. I've always loved the original alpha. Is if this model kills an enemy, it may sprint at the end of its activation. That's a free sprint at the end of its activation. So as long as you're in on a kill, see that's the problem. Like you're saying with all the Goritsi stuff, all of their funkiness is predicated on actually making a kill. If you don't make that kill, you get nothing, and you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere. And somebody goes, "Oh look,"
Yeah.
and you're dead, and that's it. But with a few of these guys in there now, I've got a bit more chance. So there's some really cool stuff, and the combinations are going to be really
Do you get
good.
to do
I just
both
finished
abilities?
Corran. For Inspire,
If you were, for example, if you're using the training of the alphas, but you're using the not the executioners, the knights, can you kill a model, then get the secondary feed, and then move away? Is that kind of how it works?
you
With
can
the
only
right
get
soul?
you get one training, and you only get one Inspire.
Yeah, so the
Because
leader
you
who
have to
does
be-
the activation use their inspire.
Is that their
all the time.
inspire or their training? The leaders, the alphas.
That's their Inspire.
Is
Their
it?
training gives everybody fast.
Fast.
So
That's
that
good.
everybody's
That's
got
good.
a
Okay, so they do
six-sprint.
things like that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not too
They
broken.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
Good.
really well balanced. Yeah,
We like game testing. It's awesome.
we love it.
All right.
We will find
So-
those
So there we go. So that's everything
All
from
awesome.
book two for Goritsi. Bound to be something in there for you players if you want to sort of figure out what you want to do. But
Give me them
Yeah.
wolves.
the rules, they are really nice. Yeah, if you get access to any of these new units and you're playing some games, leave some comments. Let us know how you actually go with them.
Yes.
Help other people sort of build their forces. But maybe help Tarron. He'll be right.
No,
Yeah,
no.
he's got it
I
sorted.
just
He's
keep
doing
losing.
well.
It's all good. When you guys win, put a comment down there.
So that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye, guys.